Hello, my friends. I think we are live. Let's see if it's working. Yes, it worked. Sorry for being a little bit late today. I was busy with something before, so I'm 3 minutes late. By Swedish standards, that's very rude. Swedish people are infamous, is maybe the wrong word, but we're famous for being punctual. It's considered a slight if you're late. If you have a meeting at 10 o'clock, then it's kind of a problem because you obviously can't come 10 minutes early, because if you come 10 minutes early to the meeting, then that's kind of rude. They're not prepared. But you absolutely cannot come 10 minutes late either. that's rude also. So a proper Swedish person, they would stand outside and they'd wait for the clock to be, okay, 9:58, 9:59, now I'm going to go up, and then I'll be on time. We're quite punctual like that. So normally I try to really be on time when I have these meetings. I consider it to be it's a nice thing to do, and it's nice for people to know when to expect me to be here, which it should be on time. But today I was just a little bit late. I see I have my camera a little bit off also. I like that. Yeah, I think that probably looks good. So today's Monday, and fun day Monday. We have a guided meditation today, which is always fun. I enjoy it at least. We'll work on, I think today I'll work a little bit more on what we've done before, which we call the time slices, meaning that this slice of time, and seeing how we are kind of projecting ourselves into a sense of having time feel longer than it actually is. So we'll do a little bit of that in the guided meditation, but otherwise it will be the normal breathing meditation. If you are interested, tell me also. We can do other techniques and meditation techniques, even though I think it's just such a nice and easy way to meditate when you do the counting, the breaths up and down, that I tend to always give that to people as a meditation to use, because everyone can do it, and it's really strong and powerful. Even if you're not an experienced meditator, doing that will make it much easier for you. So tell me how you feel about that. If there's something else you'd rather do, then yeah, there are other techniques that are also quite simple and easy to do that we could look at also, of course, if you feel like it. Just pour myself some tea. See, there's some people dropping in. That's always nice to see. What else was I thinking about? I was talking to someone about the whole idea behind the distortion method, which is basically what I teach. And for those of you who are new, it's a technique where I look at if you have the idea that this is me, this is reality, what we have right now, and then my desires for reality, when they don't match, there is something that's happening in between. This distortion, this friction or tension, is what I call distortion or tension. Basically, it's what in Buddhism is called dukkha, or suffering, because it makes us suffer when we don't have what we want, and then that suffering creates a sense of me, I am here, and then I'm pushing against this. And in meditation, we looking at that distortion and seeing, can we actually let go of it? Sometimes it's big things, as I said, reality being that I want to lose 5 kilos. I say I want to do that, and then reality is, sorry, that's my desire, but reality is I have not lost 5 kilos. I think I gained 5 kilos since Christmas, it feels like. So then they don't match. If I then have an issue here in between, that would be the distortion, and we can look at that and let go of it and see that that doesn't mean I'm not going to lose weight. It just means that I won't feel bad about being where I am. And then there are many more finer nuances of this where you can look at, you have distortion towards holding something warm. There's a feeling towards this that I know this is dangerous, and have a specific feeling towards the quality, the color, the history of this particular cup. And those things all come together like that. So basically that's why we do meditation, to learn how to see these things. And then when you let go of those, you'll have an easier time seeing this time, this slice of now. And after that, you look at, how can I let this enjoyment that feels inside that I call happy feet, or peace, a peaceful happiness, a joyful, peaceful happiness that just kind of comes. It's not something you do. It's more like you get out of the way and then this comes up. For those of you who are new, we have till about now, we have a little bit talking before, and people sometimes say stuff. After that, we do 20 minutes of sitting. We'll have questions and answers afterwards if anyone has anything they want to ask about. I recommend you turning off your phones, as I'm going to do also. And then when it comes to how you want to sit or stand, you can take whatever position you want. The main thing is that you're comfortable and that you feel that you can stay in that position for the next 20 minutes or so. So we'll start with doing something we've done lately, which is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, where we look at 5 things we can see around us. We have 4 things that we can feel, and then there's 3 things that we can smell. After that, we do 2 things. No, wait a minute. See, feel, 3 things we can hear, 2 things we can smell, and 1 thing we can taste. Which basically brings us back into our senses. And the idea here is to not do this quickly, as in like, okay, I see lamp. No, it's you say it out aloud to yourself. So when I do it, you do it at the same time. And you actually want to stop and calm down and come back to your senses. So we become here and now. And that's why we usually do that at the beginning of the meditation. So do it at the same time as me, and I'll start and I'll say, I see around me, I see a microphone. I can see a computer screen over there. I see a door. I see a bottle of chemicals. There's a printer standing over there, and then there's a light over there. Those are 5 things that I can see around me. Then we take 4 things that we can feel. I can feel a nice cozy blanket. I can feel this woolen sofa. There's a brass bowl standing in front of me, and there's a hot cup of tea. After this, we'll go for 3 things that you can hear. And I hear the buzzing of my, heat pump that keeps it warm or cold in here. I can hear a car just pass by. And then there's the fan on my computer. So those are 3 things that I can hear. After that, we look for 2 things that I can smell. And I can smell my own sweat because it's been a warm day today. So I can smell myself. I think I can smell the woolen sofa. Wool has a specific particular smell. I can smell that. And then 1 thing you can taste. I can taste my caramel rooibos tea, which tastes really delicious. So I can taste my tea. So to begin, just be sure that you're sitting in a comfortable position. And start observing your breath. Feel your breath as it's going in and as it's going out of your body, just observe your breath as it's coming in and as it's going out. For this type of meditation, we're not trying to control our breath. We're not trying to get it to do anything in particular. We're just observing the breath and letting it do whatever it wants to do. Sometimes it will be fast. Sometimes it will be slow. Other times it will be deep. And yet other times it will be more shallow. So just observe your breath as it's going in and going out. When you're observing the breath, it's not always a sense of sensation of breath, because when the breath gets calmer and slower and more shallow, it will be more a sense of knowing that breath is happening, and you'll feel it not so precise, but more as in breath is happening. So to make it easier to observe our breaths, we'll start by counting our breaths. And we'll do that from counting from 1 to 8 and then down from 8 to 1. And the reason we do that is because it makes it easier to observe the breath and not drift away in our thoughts. So we'll do it together one time and then you'll continue on your own. You're breathing in and breathing out. 1. Breathing in and breathing out. 2. Breathing in and breathing out. 3. Breathing in and breathing out. 4. Breathing in and breathing out. 5. Breathing in and breathing out. 6. Breathing in and breathing out. 7. Breathing in and breathing out. 8. Breathing in and breathing out. 7. Breathing in and breathing out. 6. Breathing in and breathing out. 5. Breathing in and breathing out. 4. Breathing in and breathing out. 3. Breathing in and breathing out. 2. Breathing in and breathing out. 1. And now just continue counting from yourselves from 1 to 8 and then down from 8 to 1. Observing your breath as it's going in and out. 1. In and out. The goal when you're meditating is not to do as many 1 to 8 and 8 to 1 as possible. There's only one thing we're trying to do here, and it's very simple. It's just coming back to the breath over and over and over. Does not matter how many breaths you've lost, how many breaths you've followed. The only thing you're working on is to keep on coming back over and over and over to the breath, observing it as it's going in and breathing out. 1, breathing in and breathing out. When you're observing the breath, try to observe breath happening now. In other words, you're not observing a cycle of in and out and in and out. Instead, you're just observing breath happening now. So right now, there's in, then there's a little pause, and then it's out, 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 out. Then there's usually a longer pause before you once again start to breathe in, 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 in. You make these small slices of now, seeing if you can narrow down your perception of time into just observing breath happening right now, right here, and focusing on coming back over and over to your breath as you're breathing in and breathing out. 1, breathing in and breathing out. if you find that when you're observing these slices of now, of breath happening now, that all of a sudden you're counting 15, 16, 17, 18. And it's important to be kind to yourself. Again, it doesn't matter how many times you're able to go from 1 to 8 or 8 to 1, or if you're even able to do it in a single time. The main thing is that you keep coming back. That's the only way that you can build concentration and focus in meditation, is to keep coming back to your object of meditation over and over and over. And the more you do that, the easier it will be for the mind to stick to your object of meditation, whether that be your breath, walking meditation, watching a candle, watching the gentle swell of the ocean, whatever you're doing. But just coming back over and over to your object of meditation, it will calm you down and you will gain concentration or samadhi. Being hard on yourself is counterproductive. It doesn't help in any way whatsoever. It just makes it more difficult for you to observe what is happening right now. So be kind to yourself as you're observing your breath going in and breathing out. 1. Breathing in and breathing out. See if you can narrow down the slices of time. See if you can just, for the last few minutes of this sitting, let go of whatever happened before, whatever it is that you're expecting to happen after this sitting, whatever issues or problems or worries you carry with you. Just ask yourself if it's okay to let go of them for the last few minutes, and just narrow down that slice of time to observing the breath going in, out, out, out. It might even feel a little bit staccato with your awareness. And that's normal. So just let go of everything outside of what is happening now and observe your breath as you're breathing in and breathing out. 1. Breathing in and breathing out. that you feel that it's easy to follow the breath. You can feel the small slices of time. You can try for a little while to stop the counting and just observe breath happening. See how that will change your experience as you're observing your breath, breathing in, breathing out. 1, breathing in and breathing out. As usual, you can just keep on sitting. You can open your eyes and feel free to ask any questions if you have them afterwards. You're welcome, Mindful Mama. If there's no questions today, then I think we'll just take a early evening. If you didn't have anything you wanted to ask. Nice. I'll see everyone on Thursday again, and then it won't be guided like it was today. We'll just sit together and have a nice sitting. And then afterwards, we're open for questions and answers again. So I wish you all a pleasant evening. Thank you.